Welcome to Love and Home with Olushola, where we build godly homes, one child at a time. And today we're going to be talking about parenting is discipleship. Parenting is discipleship. Are you just raising a child, or are you raising a disciple of Jesus? What is discipleship? Discipleship means teaching someone to know, love, and follow Jesus, not just in church, but in everyday life. And guess what? As a parent, that is your job. Parenting is not just babysitting, it is soul shaping. God commandment to parent. This commandment that I give you today are to be on your hearts. Impress them on your children. Talk about them when you sit at home and when you walk along the road, when you lie down and when you get up. Deuteronomy 6:6-7. That is discipleship. Intentional, daily, heart-to-heart teaching of God's word, and not just on Sundays, but at home, on the way to school, and before bedtime. Any moment, any time is an opportunity for you to disciple those children. Now, you are their first pastor. I want you to know, as a parent, you are your children's first pastor. Your child's first baby Bible teacher, is you. Before the church, before Sunday school, before anyone else, God gave you as parents that assignment. They learn more from what you live than what you say. Your actions speak louder than what you say, and they learn more from that. Proverbs 22:6 says, train up your child in the way he should go, and when he grows, he will not depart from it. Discipline also is another way of discipleship. When you discipline your child, is another way of discipleship. Discipline is not just about punishment. It is about correction and instruction in the Lord. Ephesians 6:4 says, Father, do not provoke your children to anger, but bring them up in the discipline and instruction of the Lord. When we correct with love, we disciple the hearts, not just their actions. When we correct the children with love, we disciple their hearts and not just their actions. Now, everyday life is a teaching ground. Everyday life is a teaching ground. So I want you to know that every moment is a chance to disciple those children. In how you respond to stress, how you show love, how you pray, how you forgive, they are learning from those ways of your life. You are is a way of discipling them. Your actions show your way of life, the way you do things. It's a way of teaching those children on how they also should be doing things. Deuteronomy 11:19, the Bible says, teach them to your children, talking about them, as we have earlier read, when you sit at home, when you walk along the road, and when you lie down, and when you get up. Now, parenting is discipleship. Your legacy is spiritual. Your legacy as a parent, it's spiritual. So you be careful the kind of legacy you are putting up to those children. Now, God didn't just give you children to feed and clothe. He gave you disciples to prepare for heaven. The greater legacy is not what you leave for those children, but what you leave in them. That is the greatest legacy. It is what you leave in them and not what you give them, as in the physical thing you give them You give them academic, you're giving them, you send them to school. If possible, you bought clothes for them, bought all manner. That is not the greatest. The greatest legacy in life is what you leave in those children, the kind of life that you imparted into them. 3 John 1 and verse 4. I have no greater joy than to hear that my children walk in truth. So the only thing that major thing that make God happy with you and with anyone on earth, any parent on earth, is that their children walk in truth. Now, are you raising a disciple? Are you really raising a disciple? Or you are just raising anyhow child? So remember that parenting is discipleship. You are their first teacher. And you know that God's word is your manual to disciple those children. Also, every day is training ground, which means whatsoever you do from time to time is sending message to those children, and they will always live or believe or walk in those actions, according to those ways of your life. Just have it in mind that heaven is your goal if you are walking according to the will of God by discipling those children. That is, heaven is the ultimate goal for a godly parenting who is raising a disciple or raising disciples for him. So are you raising a child or a disciple of Jesus? I want you to just answer that in your heart. Please like, share, subscribe to Love and Home with Olushola for more godly parenting and wisdom. Please like, share, and subscribe to Love and Home with Olushola for more godly parenting wisdom. Let's raise disciples together. Thank you.